اوب ده طلع اقرع كمان. ازيكم يا جماعه، فيديو جديد من جيمنج بالعربي وبنلعب ذا ريفن ريماسترد. احنا المره اللي فاتت وقفنا لحد هنا، كنا كلمنا الاتنين دول. والمفروض ان احنا نروح نكلم ابن الست دي.
I think it's uncomfortable for her when I talk to her in front of Lady Westmacott. She seems to take it as an inappropriate distraction from her work, although she's just knitting. Taking up a craft like that is typical of women who were told as little girls that idleness is a sin.
المهم
I think it's although
هنروح نكلم ابنها المفروض اللي هو اسمه مات، عشان المفروض هو يساعدنا في ان احنا نلاقي الشنطه اللي كانت ضايعه بتاعت الست اللي هي في الباب اللي هنا ده. يعني هنروح نكلم مات، بعد كده هنرجع نشوف عند هو مات فين.
This is the first car. The coal tender should be directly beyond this door, and in front of it, the engine.
ما استفدناش حاجة.
The steward must have forgotten the toothpicks. Normally he would offer them discreetly after dinner.
واضح ان هو ما جاش اصلا، هو مش موجود من الفيديو اللي فات. احنا ممكن نروح ورا المكان ده، ورا البار نشوف
I suppose the steward won't object to me having a look around in his absence. The pad on which the steward writes orders, empty. Maybe he didn't use it because there's not much to do today.
ناخد القلم طيب.
I don't need the pad, but the pencil might come in handy. The steward probably uses the scissors on hard-to-open packages. These days, nearly everything is sealed up tight. A colleague recently told me about dry powdered soup in small bags. I couldn't believe it. I'll leave the scissors here. If I need them, I know where to find them. Perhaps he keeps the compartment keys in there.
ممكن نلاقي مفتاح في الدور كده مقفول.
Where could he be?
تمام. نشوف المحجب الأول قبل ما نطلع برا.
Mr.
Zellner.
Right. How can I help you?
Tell me, did you notice anything suspicious here on the train or in Zurich?
You mean except for the fact that my suitcase was stolen on the platform?
No.
Is there any reason to be concerned?
No, just routine.
Constable Zellner, please don't think I'm naive. I spotted the inspector from Interpol. Legarde is his name, if I recall correctly.
Legrand.
If you say so. At the train station in Zurich, he put a cash box into the safe and then kept close watch as it was loaded onto the train. Don't tell me that a man at his pay grade routinely tramps across the Alps just to keep an eye on cash boxes.
A cash box? Like the ones you'd find in safe deposit boxes?
Precisely. And I believe we both have a good idea just what's inside.
I do indeed have a theory, but what's yours?
A ruby was stolen in London. One of the legendary Eyes of the Sphinx. The second jewel, an emerald, is rumored to be in a Swiss bank vault, if I remember correctly. Both jewels were supposed to be exhibited together in Cairo for the first time in 50 years. It does make one wonder.
Indeed. Any news about the robbery in London?
Quite something, wasn't it? It must have been professionals. The way they disabled one of the best security systems in the world. Most impressive.
People were injured.
Well, one cannot execute a robbery of that scale without collateral damage. It seems like the Raven has finally found a worthy successor. We can look forward to new and spectacular coups.
I'm afraid I won't enjoy his exploits this time around if the new Raven is so reckless.
That's your prerogative.
May I borrow your newspaper?
You can take the section with the article on the burglary. You're interested in that bit, aren't you?
You caught me out.
Here you go.
Dankeschön. There's something else. Do you know where the conductor is?
I'd like to know that myself. I told him to search for my missing suitcase in Zurich. He hasn't got back to me yet. He's probably in cahoots with the thieves and didn't bother getting back on the train. If we don't crack down on vermin like them, the rabble will rule the world one day.
Well, at the moment, we still don't know what really happened.
He is not here doing his job. That's bad enough.
I meant to ask, the Baroness is missing her purse.
A baroness? This train is really full of the creme de la creme. The queen of crime is over there, and now a baroness as well.
Have you seen the purse?
Unfortunately, no. Do you know Lady Westmacott? You were talking to her.
Well, I'm an admirer of her work.
Like so many others. I once read in the newspaper that only Shakespeare and the Bible sell more copies than her crime novels.
I read that too.
She must be filthy rich. As a doctor, I'd have to work 1,000 years to earn that kind of money.
Auf
جاي
Wiedersehen,
راسل.
Dr. Gebhardt.
Goodbye, Constable. It was a pleasant chat, really.
مش نطلع برا بقى.
A box with a padlock. I suppose it contains tools for the train's crew, maybe for coupling and uncoupling the cars. At any rate, it's positioned so that it's easier to reach from the ground than from up here.
ماشي البوكس ده فيه المفروض ادوات ممكن نستخدمها ان احنا نفتح بيها الباب اكيد، بس هو عليه لوك زي ما انا شايف.
Locked.
Bang, bang! Don't move.
Mad? Have you gone mad?
I'll shoot. Hey, my pistol.
You'll get it back in Venice. I could have fallen under the wheels.
I thought you were a ghost.
Ghosts don't exist.
They do too. One just flew past the window.
Yes, sure. Now get moving.
Oh, man.
طيب احنا كده مستفدناش حاجة.
I strongly suspect that the door is locked.
يا عم جربه يا عم.
No, it's open.
الدراع مفتوح شوف.
Hello? Wow.
Don't move a muscle, you feathered fiend.
Put the gun down, Robert. If I may introduce Constable Robert Oliver from the Yard. And this is the revered Constable Zellner of the Swiss police, who obviously couldn't control his curiosity.
Then I was right. You really do want to lure someone into a trap.
That's none of your business.
Perhaps that someone recently struck in London.
And how would I bait my trap then?
With an eye? An eye on its way from Zurich to Cairo?
Someone has done his homework. Well done, Constable.
I hope you'll acknowledge that I, as a Swiss policeman, can undertake investigations in my own country.
Are we still in Switzerland?
I could be your eyes on the train as long as you're here in the freight car.
Oh, really?
There is a certain Professor Lucien on the train. He's an archaeologist from London.
And what's his story?
Well, it seems someone locked him out of his compartment.
Locked him out.
Well, yes. The door is locked and he's standing outside without a key.
Was it locked from inside?
It may have been. Do you think the locked door could be important?
Professor Lucien plays an important role in this story. Well then, Constable Zellner, be my eyes and ears on the train and see that Professor Lucien gets back into his compartment. Report back to me when you're through.
My pleasure, monsieur. And then
الشنطة
there's the
مسروقة.
Baroness. She's missing her purse.
Baroness von Trebitz. Interesting.
Indeed, sir.
But it has nothing to do with our case.
So I shouldn't concern myself with the matter.
Why not? It's your job as a policeman. But don't expect me to be particularly interested in a lost purse.
الشنطة مسروقة يا عم.
know of this Raven's heir?
He tried to blow me up.
Robert, we don't know who we're dealing with yet.
In any event, the new Raven is a more dangerous man than the old one.
How do you know it's a man? It could just as easily be a woman.
Or several men.
And anyway, how do you know that it's a new Raven?
Monsieur?
Never mind.
I go attend to the door now.
Good. And Constable Zellner,
Yes?
don't bother us unless you have something new to report.
Of course. A thief might get anxious if there's too much activity in the freight car.
Exactement. Knock twice. Then we'll know that it's you.
Understood.
تمام احنا المفروض ما نجيلوش الا لو في حاجة مهمة
An
نقولها دلوقتي.
investigation on behalf of a grant that takes me one step closer. If I can convince him of my competence, I might even be able to see this case through to the end.
Oh, Constable?
نعم.
Yes, ma'am.
My son didn't make any trouble for you, I hope. It's just that he just walked past us, silent and seething. That's usually a sign that someone's laid down the law.
I'm afraid so. He played a trick on me, a rather dangerous one. The lad left me no choice but to take away his wooden pistol as a punishment.
I understand. And thank you. Maddie is a very lively child. Sometimes he needs a strong fatherly hand.
Where is Matt's father, if I may ask?
He's gone.
Ah, I understand.
Could you, leave Maddie's pistol here, perhaps? So you don't have to bother with it?
Of course. I told him he wouldn't get it back until Venice.
Very well. Thank you again, Constable.
انت لسه واقف كده يا ابني؟ معلش خليك واقف.
Hello, Matt.
مقموص طبعا ليه حق.
Oh, come on. Are you going to be angry with me for the rest of the trip?
Until I get my pistol back.
I gave it to your mother.
Oh man, couldn't you have just raked me over the coals?
Would you have learned anything from that?
I didn't learn anything from this either.
Should I ask for an autograph? That will be quite unprofessional. But on the other hand... Come on, Matt. Did you really think that you can ignore me for longer than I can ignore you? I'm Swiss. It's practically a national sport. Matt is digging in his heels. I won't get anything out of him as long as he's angry with me.
هيفضل متضايق منك. مش نروح بالكتاب. نخلي الست التانية اللي كتب الكتاب دي تمضي عليه وبعد كده نشوف ممكن نعمل ايه. الكتاب اهو.
Lady Westmacott.
Yes.
ممكن تمضي لي على الكتاب؟
I was wondering if you might...
Sign your book, Constable Zellner?
If it isn't too much of an inconvenience.
Of course it's an inconvenience, but only a small one.
ممكن اخد المسدس ده عشان الواد زعلان مني وعايز يساعدني.
Butterscotch. I've loved them since I was a child. Their only drawback, they don't play nice with false teeth. Maybe if I just suck it.
ماشي يا جماعه، انا لقيت دول المفروض حاجات حلوه يعني، المفروض اديها لمات، والمفروض بقى يساعدني ان انا الاقي الشنطه.
Would you like a butterscotch?
You think you can bribe me?
I have no reason to. You made trouble and got punished for it. Take it as a peace offering.
Just 4?
If I'm faster than you, there'll only be 3.
Hey!
Friends again?
Mm-hmm.
All right then. And no dangerous nonsense anymore.
Okay.
ماشي، احنا عايزينه يساعدنا في
Something
الشنطة.
completely different this time. The Baroness in the second compartment over there is missing her purse. Do you have any idea where it could be?
Do I ever?
Hmm?
That guy over there with the violin case?
What about it?
He picked up something in Zurich and put it in his violin case.
Really?
Yeah, and he made sure that nobody saw him.
But you saw him.
Uh-huh.
Did you also see what it was?
Nah, not really. But now that I think of it, it must have been the Baroness's purse.
I should look into it, shouldn't I?
I think so.
قشطة.
Tell me, have you seen the steward anywhere?
Nope. He was walking around a little while ago, though.
Hopefully they didn't forget him in Zurich.
What's he supposed to do?
I'm looking for a key to open a compartment door.
Did you check his things behind the counter?
I'm sure the drawers will be locked.
Can't you break it open? Or pick the lock like the Raven?
Perhaps. But I'd need a piece of wire or something like that.
Ask my mom. She has a lot of hairpins. She doesn't like the wind messing up her hair.
Thanks for the tip.
اوكي، احنا في الاخر هنجيب بنت يعني من مامته.
Your mother is Lady Westmacott's companion, correct?
Yeah, but it's not like you think. At first I thought, boy, you must be really wicked if you need to pay for friends. But the lady's really okay. A bit odd and really old. But other than that, she's great. She likes me.
The lady has peculiar taste.
Hey!
How old are you, Matt?
In 8 months, I'll be 9 years old.
And do you already know what you want to be when you grow up? A burglar?
No, we'll see. Maybe an actor.
Really? Well, I don't know. You need a lot of talent for that. I'm an actor in a theater group, you know?
You are?
Oh, yes. And I'm one of the best in our group, if I may say so. I get really deep into my roles, you know? I don't just talk like the character. I think like him. I become him. It's the only way to... Matt, are you okay?
الواد بيموت ولا ايه؟
I think you just have to be good at copying things to be an actor.
That wasn't bad. Disturbing, but not bad. You and your mom, you both live on Lady Westmacott's estate?
I'm only there for the holidays. Most of the time I'm at boarding school.
I imagine that's not very pleasant.
No, it's fine. I have friends there. You always have to be so quiet in the lady's house. And I'm not allowed to bring any friends.
Such a big house with so many places to hide and no one to play hide and seek with.
You said it.
And how
أبوك فين يقعد؟
long has your mother worked for the lady?
2 years.
And your father? What does he do?
He stayed home. I used to go fishing with him. And hunting. He even let me shoot a real gun.
And then?
Then Mom fought with him. And he left. I was 7.
So long.
So longer.
طب يعني امه طفشت ابوه، وامه هي برضو اللي هتساعدنا في ان احنا نلاقي
Excuse me, sir.
نفتح الدور.
About the purse.
Ah, yes. Has it been found?
Someone saw you with your violin case on the platform in Zurich.
What's the meaning of this? I didn't steal anything.
Nobody said you did. I just wanted to ask you whether you might have noticed anything on the platform.
Ah, well,
Why did you think I was accusing you?
well, I thought
because you mentioned my violin case in the context of the purse.
Apropos, may I have a look at your violin? It must be a very extraordinary piece.
Oh, that's not possible. It's a genuine Guarneri.
Very valuable.
Very. And also very sensitive.
What could harm it here? Light? Air?
افتح البتاع خلصنا.
To open the violin case?
No, you may not. I'm not guilty of anything.
I'm afraid I have to insist.
Then I'm afraid you need a warrant. I will not stand back and let you rifle through my belongings.
Have a good trip.
Thank you.
أنا شكله شخص بارد. ماشي. محتاجين حاجة تخلينا نفتح الشنطة بتاعت الكمانجة بتاعته. وهنروح نكلم أم مات لا مؤاخذة يعني. أنا نكلم أم مات تدينا حاجة نفتح بيها
Mrs. Miller?
الدرج.
Yes?
Please excuse my unusual request, but Matt said you have some hairpins. Could I borrow one?
One of my hairpins?
It's a long story. It would be a big help.
Well, if you really need one.
Go ahead, Mary. The constable won't do it any harm. Will you, Mr. Zellner?
Of course not, madam.
Is this one okay?
It'll do nicely, madam. How very kind of you. Goodbye, Mrs. Miller.
Goodbye, Constable.
كده المفروض احنا نفتح الدرج. يا عم خلص اتحرك بقى. المفروض نفتح الدرج اللي هنا ده، وبعد كده اللي فيه نروح نحاول يا اما نفتح الباب يا اما نفتح
It's me who's the thief on the train.
يا اما نفتح البوكس اللي بره.
That was easier than expected. Batteries, a toothbrush, shaving brush, but not the key to the compartment door. Just this one. Too small for the door, but it might still be useful.
اكيد بتاع البوكس اللي بره، اكيد وش. شوف بتاع البوكس.
That's it. There we go. This should help.
تمام كده احنا هنروح نفتح الباب بقى بتاع الأوضة بتاع الراجل الفاسد ده. أنا الفلوس اللي نزلت 3500 أو كام، مش عارف هما زادوا ازاي. يا عم ادخل. في شوية غباء في اللعبة بس ماشي. وسع حاجة عشان نفتح الباب لو سمحت.
I bet I could really get a grip on the bolt with these.
Well, come on then, hurry up.
لا ما تستعجلنيش. ايه السرعة دي؟
Hello?
I barely left the window ajar.
Nothing to see.
اوب ده طلع أقرع كمان.
Are you okay?
Yes, fine.
في حاجة في الشنطة.
Do you have any idea why the door was locked?
I don't know. Maybe the constant vibrations caused the lock to lock itself.
لا
You
ده هري
can't
حضرتك.
possibly believe that.
Well, then what's your theory?
The conductor could have locked it from the outside. On the other hand, it could have been someone here in the compartment who locked the door from the inside.
Who? And where have they gone?
They could have climbed out there.
Who would be that insane?
You tell me, Professor. So, what are you hiding in your bag?
مخبيه في
What
شنطتك.
do you have that would be worth stealing?
No, nothing.
No valuables?
Certainly not. Not on my salary.
It was enough for a first-class compartment on a luxury train.
That's my business.
You're playing a dangerous game, Professor Lucien. I'd like to look around a bit.
Of course.
في شنطتك بالذات بعد اذنك.
I really wonder what the professor is hiding from me, but I can't just rifle through the luggage of innocent citizens. This is the 60s. No, nothing interesting.
حاجة هنا.
The Bible, Grimm's fairy tales, Moby Dick, and gin, whiskey, and rum. All classics. Wow, that's a very nice fountain pen. Pricey.
If you'd managed to decode hieroglyphics that boggled the best minds of the last 3,000 years, you'd have received a gift like that as well.
Assuming there really was someone in the compartment and he climbed out the window, where's he gone?
شكلنا كده هنحتاج نطلع فوق.
Did the burglar leave any clues? Here's something. Might be fingerprints. They're tough to make out, but I do believe there are some prints on the window. If I had a forensics kit, I could make the prints visible with carbon powder. Godspeed, Professor Lucien.
Thanks.
ماشي اوكي.
The good professor is hiding something. It would be good if I could find out more about him.
ماشي يا جماعة هنقفل الفيديو هنا عشان هو طول شوية. لو عجبكم الفيديو اعملوا لايك وشير وسبسكرايب، وبرضو سيبوا في كومنتات اللي انتوا شايفينه ممكن يتحسن في الفيديو. اشوفكم الفيديو جاي.